Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be talking about one exercise that you as an interpreter can do in order to improve your short-term memory. Disclaimer, I am not an expert on memory or short-term memory. However, I am an experienced interpreter. And a side effect of being a good interpreter is having a good short-term memory. So the exercise is select 3 or 4 videos on YouTube. Let's say each video is about an hour long. Whatever you like. It can be anything of any genre. It can be a niche that you're trying to focus on and you want your career to be in that field. I will also put some suggestions down below for you of random videos that I have watched. There is no right and wrong in this kind of selection. Just choose anything. That's number 1. Number 2, if you're just starting and you would like to build your skill, this is what I'd like you to do. Choose 3 time slots during the day, 5 minutes each. Play that video. Let it play for about 10 seconds. Pause. Interpret. Play it again. Pause. Interpret. Maybe you'd need to ask someone for help to pause it for you so you don't lose track. If you are comfortable taking notes, you can start taking notes as well at this time. If you're really a beginner, maybe just focus on rendering from one language to the other, and then after a week or so, start adding taking notes to it. Day 2, instead of letting it play for 10 seconds, let it play for 12 seconds, 13 seconds. And gradually increase and increase and increase. But make sure, no matter how hard you find this, to try and do it 3 times a day. Our brain needs time to adjust to anything new. So this is one of them. If you are a more experienced interpreter, you would want to increase that time slot from 5 minutes, let's say, to 2 10 minutes. So 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. Sounds like a prescription, but yes, that's the way it is. As interpreters, we need to be really disciplined in order to keep up. So choose any video, any recording, any audio. Listen to it for 10 seconds. Pause, interpret it in the other language. If you are comfortable taking notes, and I assume you are, because you're deciding to do a longer time, take notes as well. Let your notes be shorter because you'd want to develop that short-term memory instead of just relying on your note. If you have a few years of experience in interpreting, then you can choose just one time slot, maybe 20 to 30 minutes a day, sit down and listen. Listen to an interview. Interviews are the best in my opinion because you can listen to the speaker answering a question. It can be sometimes more than 1 minute. Then you cannot only rely on short-term memory. You need to rely on your notes as well. But your short-term memory has developed to an extent which would allow you to rely on both of them interchangeably. So yes, you'll need some notes, but the notes cannot just be one word. You might forget. You'll need a few words for each sentence or each idea, and you will also have developed that short-term memory muscle and be able to add in between the words and convey that idea in the other language. I'd like to share with you my personal story, especially for interpreters who are just starting. When I first started my very first interpreting job, it was even before I had my degree in translation and interpreting. It was in the education field, and I remember that very first time I wanted to interpret, my supervisor talked maybe for a minute, and then I looked at her and I didn't know what to say. I was very confused. I had no experience. I don't remember if I asked her to say one sentence at a time, or I think she realized it herself. But for a long time, I could only do one sentence. I could listen to one sentence and interpret that one sentence. And then towards the end of the school year, I was in a board meeting and we had a guest speaker, and that person would talk for 5 minutes. I was able to take notes and interpret them in the other language. So it does not take years for someone to improve that short-term memory and the note-taking skills. a few months would take us there. And the more you practice, the quicker you will get there. Hope that was helpful to you. If you like, you can watch some of my previous videos, especially the ones under the title Interpreter in Action. That is me interpreting in real time. And you can see that and practice as well for yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and the notification button, and see you next time. Bye-bye.